welcome back to another movie review. So this one, honestly, I thought was a newer movie than it actually is because of the way it used to get pushed on Netflix all the time. I thought it was written for Netflix. Apparently I was mixing it up with its sequel and its prequel, which were written for Netflix, but I thought the original was too, so I thought they all came out around the same time. But Wet Hot American Summer, when I saw that it came out in 2001, I was like, wait, what? That can't be right. That can't be right. That came out like 10 years ago, right? Really, though. 2001? You're not joking. That wasn't written for Netflix. What the crap? So, first things first, that just was a mindfuck right there. But, yeah, that. So, I have to go into this asking, any of you who've ever been to a summer camp, is this movie actually much of an accurate portrayal in any way, shape, or form? Because I never went to summer camp. I went to a horse camp once that lasted a week, but it wasn't a sleepaway camp, so I don't feel like it counts. But no, this is like a full-on sleepaway, couple months long, I think, camp, to the best of my knowledge. I was always jealous of the kids that got to go to those. I found out way later on that it wasn't because, oh, you'll miss us too much that my parents didn't let me go. It's because they cost too goddamn much, and I didn't know that they were expensive. I thought they were free, I don't know why I thought they were free. Nothing is free. But, yeah, especially take your fucking kid for weeks and weeks and take care of them and their lodging and their food and their activities. Why that would be free? I don't know. My little kid brain did not think this out, but I thought this was a thing where it's like, if you want to go, go. If you don't, was kind of, yeah. And then finding out, oh, they're expensive. That's why I didn't get to go. Okay. That. Anyway, because I never went, I always have to wonder with camp movies and TV shows, is this what it was actually like, or no? I don't know. So, if any of you ever went, let me know in the comments, is this any kind of accurate representation? I know that a lot of the stuff in it is obviously ridiculous and for Hollywood, but I mean, the general gist of the camp experience, I have to wonder. Especially for, like, that age group of kids going to it, because these are, like, teenagers for the most part. I mean, there's some younger kids in, like, one of the activity rooms, like, I think the arts and crafts room, it was, like, little kids, but they mostly focus on the teenagers, because honestly, who the fuck needs another movie about little kids at camp? There's a million of those, so, plus if it were, with the title it has, I would be very concerned. I'm kind of glad that it's not. So anyways, yeah, this movie, it's so fucking ridiculous because it starts on the last day of camp. So going into it with that in mind, you know from straight out of the gates that the whole movie is taking place over the course of a day. By the time you get to the end of it, you're like, I thought this was one fucking day. Like, what the hell? What just happened? This feels like this should have been the entire summer that this took place over, but it's one fucking day, people. But, it takes place on the last day of camp. Well, I suppose the day before, because the movie ends with them going home the morning of them getting sent home. So the last full day of camp, I should say, is when it starts out. But, there's, like, all this pressure on the teenagers to, like, find somebody to at the very least make out with before you go home from camp, so you don't have to make up a story about somebody that you did that with at camp. I'm like, they would never be saying that over the loudspeaker at a camp like that. I even know that for a fact. What the fuck? But, so that, just in and of itself, straight out of the gates, is, like, the plot here, is that this one jock dude is trying his damnedest to get laid before the end of the summer. Of course, he's going around telling everybody he's this big stud who's banged every girl in the camp. It comes out later on in the film, he's a virgin, and I fucking called that shit from, like, 2 seconds of seeing this dude. I was like, he ain't never screwed anybody. Like, no dude brags that much about how many girls he's banged, unless they're a fucking virgin. I'm sorry. It just, no dude does that. No normal dude does that. So I was just like, not at all surprised by this plot twist. Every time that plot twist is used in anything, I always call it like a mile away. I'm like, no, they're not. Anyways, he just annoyed me. I did not like him from the word go. I hated that character. I really should have written down character names. Maybe I should get my computer. I think I will do that, because otherwise I don't have a clue, so hold on. So it definitely ended up being longer than just go get the computer, and it's still not over here. But you know what? Character names don't matter that much, ultimately, because generally the plot, I looked up a simple synopsis to wrap this up in a better nutshell than I was doing, because I was just failing at it. General plot, summer of 1981. I also forgot to mention it takes place in the 80s. Kind of a crucial piece of info there with this movie. But last day of camp, and all of the counselors are trying to wrap up all their unfinished business, their unfinished sexual tensions, their unresolved PTSD, all of their everything that they're trying to get done before camp ends. All of their upcoming departures from one another. Plus, there's a talent show, as camps do. Yeah, so now that I saw it just written out in a nutshell like that, I was like, yeah, I was never gonna get that correct in trying to convey that the way I was doing, so that is the much, much condensed plot from how I was doing it. I have to admit, a lot of it seemed like very tongue-in-cheek and like nobody's taking this film seriously. There's so many visual sight gags that it's making fun of itself while it goes that are subtle, but I mean obviously noticeable because that's the joke. Like there's one scene where Amy Poehler's character is sitting on the steps knitting as she talks to someone and has like 1 inch's worth of knitting in one shot as she's speaking. It pans away to the person she's talking to, it pans back, and she has an entire fucking blanket on. Obviously, I of all people noticed this, but yeah, I think that was the joke. I thought it was just major continuity error, but the friend I was watching it with was like, yeah, no, that was intentional. There's a lot of that in this. So then I started watching for it, and yeah, there is a lot of that. And of course, the second I turn on the camera, that's when messages start coming in, so I guess I will try and finish up this video in part 3. Guaranteed, you watch before I finish, it'll have to get cut off again, probably. My luck. Anyways, so, I think I cut off before with the visual sight gags, but yeah, there's a lot of things like that where the film pokes fun at itself, and it doesn't take itself seriously by any means. It kind of makes fun of the whole trope of camp films, which is fun as well, too, because a lot of times, I mean, let's face it, camp movies are cheesy by nature. I mean, camp in general kind of is from my understanding, but that's okay. There's a reason why they refer to things as being camp, you know? But, anyway, there's so many things, but I think one of my favorite running gags throughout the movie, hands down, had to be, what's his name? Chris Maloney. Throughout it, he plays, like, essentially the lunch lady, even though he's a dude, lunch person, I suppose I should say, but, he had fought in Vietnam, he has major PTSD, and he just, like, blurts out random crap that is totally inappropriate, and then the second he gets called out on saying whatever it is that he said, he denies saying it and claims that it was something that sounded like it, but isn't it, that makes no sense in any context, but then again, neither did the thing he said in the first place. It is a hilarious running gag, and eventually he starts hallucinating a talking can of, like, canned vegetables or canned peas, something like that, starts talking to him. And the voice is the guy who does Bob on Bob's Burgers, which makes it that much funnier to me. And, oh my god, I don't want to give away the biggest gag of all with them, because it's too good, but, oh my god. Just, it's so inappropriate, but on the other hand, I kind of always love that kind of stuff. So I was like, dude, yes. We need a movie just about that character, please, and thank you. Oh god, what else? Oh yeah, but the talent show, we really don't get to see much of what ends up going into it, which, I mean, makes sense. This isn't a talent show movie, it just happens to be a portion of it that all the stuff is leading up to, that people have to have this done in time for that and have a talent. And one weird kid. Oh, actually, no. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say, but I realized that's actually one of the biggest, like, plot twists in the entire film, so never mind. I'm actually not going to tell that part. But, anyway. So, both the campers and the counselors alike are all just, like, in this clusterfuck rush to get everything done before day breaks the following day. But it's hilarious how much they cram in as being one day, and you forget that this is all supposed to be one day, because frankly, there's just so much stuff. And I think that, in and of itself, was a joke as well. It has to be. Like, the whole thing felt like it was like an epic troll movie, really. But, it was funny. I enjoyed it. I would recommend watching it. I haven't watched the prequel or the sequel yet. I do plan to, but, as for a rating, I don't even know what the hell I would rate this, other than I would just recommend it. It's stupid humor, but it is funny humor. What would I rate it? I think I would rate it maybe a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. It was a fun movie. Stupid humor, early 2000s humor, but I did enjoy it nonetheless. It was a lot of fun to watch. And there's a lot of celebrity cameos all throughout the whole thing that starred in it. So that was fun too, seeing how many people that I recognized throughout it. Like the science teacher, counselor guy, is Niles from Frasier. I was like, now that it's been pointed out to me, it's super obvious because it's the exact same voice and dry humor and everything. But you throw a mustache on him and it throws me off to where I was like, why do I recognize him? He looks so familiar. Oh, that's why he's so familiar. It's Niles. But, so many things like that through the entire movie, and it's awesome. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have probably all seen this movie at this point. It's not a new movie by any means. It's been out for like almost 20 years, and I've only just seen it for the first time because apparently by the time it hits about 20, it counts as retro, and therefore my brain counts it as okay. I don't know. But anyways, before I get interrupted again, since I'm kind of just walking in circles because I don't know how much I can really say about this movie without giving away the entire damn plot, I'm gonna just wrap it up here. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Have you seen this movie? I imagine a lot of you have. What did you guys think of it? Let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, bye-bye.